You know what most people get completely wrong about intelligence? They think it looks like good grades, fast answers, or impressive degrees. But the rarest kind of intelligence leaves no obvious trail. Psychology research shows that some of the most gifted minds alive today go entirely unrecognized, even by themselves. This video will show you 10 quiet signs of a rare intelligence most people never identify. The first sign is that you think in systems. You do not just see events. You automatically see patterns, connections, and causes behind everything happening around you. Psychologists call this systems thinking. Research shows it is linked to high fluid intelligence, the ability to solve new problems without relying on previously learned rules or memory. The second sign is that you feel deeply uncomfortable with shallow conversation. Small talk drains you. You crave conversations that go somewhere real, honest, and emotionally meaningful. This is not social anxiety. Studies in cognitive psychology show that people with higher verbal and emotional intelligence process language more deeply, making surface-level exchanges feel genuinely unsatisfying to their brain. The third sign is that you notice things nobody asked you to notice. A wrong word in a sentence, a slight change in someone's tone, a detail everyone else walked right past. This is called involuntary attention to detail. Neuroscience research links it to a highly active prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for deep observation and pattern recognition in daily life. The fourth sign is that you constantly question things you were told to simply accept. Rules, traditions, systems, and assumptions all feel like open questions to your mind, never final answers. Psychologist John Piaget described this as formal operational thinking. It means your brain naturally moves beyond accepted information and keeps pushing toward deeper understanding, even when nobody around you is pushing at all. The fifth sign is that you learn fastest by doing, not by being told. Instructions feel slow. You want to touch it, try it, break it, and figure it out through direct experience. This reflects what psychologist Howard Gardner called bodily kinesthetic and experiential intelligence. Research confirms that hands-on learners often possess stronger problem-solving abilities than those who thrive in traditional classroom-style instruction. The sixth sign is that you experience something called idea overflow. Your mind generates so many thoughts, solutions, and possibilities at once that organizing them into action feels genuinely difficult and sometimes overwhelming. Research from Harvard University links high creative intelligence with increased default mode network activity. This is the brain region responsible for imagination, daydreaming, and generating spontaneous ideas without any external trigger at all. Now consider this for a moment. Have you ever been called too sensitive, too intense, or too much? What if those words were never insults? What if they were simply descriptions of a mind working at a deeper level than the people around you could see? The seventh sign is that you feel emotions with unusual intensity. You do not just feel sad. You feel the weight of it. You do not just feel joy. You feel it move through your entire body. This is called emotional depth, and it is directly tied to emotional intelligence. Psychologist Daniel Goleman's research shows that people with deep emotional awareness have stronger social cognition and more complex inner mental lives. The eighth sign is that you are never truly finished learning about a topic. Most people reach a point where they feel they know enough. You always find one more question waiting underneath the last answer. This trait reflects what psychologist Carol Dweck identified as a deep growth mindset. But beyond mindset, neuroscience shows that intellectually curious people have more active hippocampal regions, the area of the brain linked to memory and learning drive. The ninth sign is that you often feel like an outsider, even in rooms full of people who accept you. It is not loneliness exactly. It is more like seeing the world through a slightly different lens than everyone else. Psychologists studying gifted adults consistently find this experience reported across cultures. When your brain processes information at a different frequency, connection with others is possible, but genuine belonging can feel rare and strangely difficult to hold. The 10th sign is that you hold two completely opposite ideas in your mind at the same time without needing to immediately resolve them. You are comfortable with uncertainty in a way most people find deeply unsettling. Psychologist S. Scott Fitzgerald once wrote that the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas simultaneously and still function. Modern cognitive research confirms that tolerance for ambiguity strongly predicts creative and analytical intelligence. There is also one more quiet sign that does not make most lists. You replay conversations long after they end, not out of anxiety, but because your brain keeps finding new layers inside what was said. This reflects deep linguistic and social processing. Research in cognitive neuroscience shows that minds with high interpersonal intelligence continue analyzing human interactions well after they occur, searching for meaning that others never thought to look for. Another overlooked sign is that you find genuine comfort in solitude, not because people exhaust you, but because silence is where your best thinking quietly lives and slowly breathes. The London School of Economics published research showing that highly intelligent individuals report lower life satisfaction with frequent socializing. Their brains require uninterrupted internal space to do the kind of thinking they find most meaningful and alive. You may also notice that humor comes naturally to you, but it is a specific kind. Dry, layered, slightly absurd humor that connects ideas from completely different worlds into something unexpectedly funny and sharp. Studies from the University of New Mexico found a significant link between humor and general intelligence. Creating clever humor requires rapid cognitive processing, strong language ability, and the quick recognition of hidden incongruity between unrelated concepts. One final quiet sign is that you are often your own harshest critic. You hold your thinking to a standard most people around you never even consider applying to themselves or their work. Psychologists link this to metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. Research consistently shows that more intelligent individuals are more aware of the gaps and flaws in their own reasoning than less reflective minds tend to be. Now consider this for a moment. Every single sign in this video is something the world tends to misread. Too quiet, too sensitive, too serious, too much in their own head. But what if that was never a flaw? What if it was always a form of depth? We began this video by saying that rare intelligence leaves no obvious trail. And now you can see exactly why. It does not announce itself. It does not perform. It simply sits inside a person, quietly doing what ordinary minds never slow down enough to do. The rarest kind of intelligence is not the one that wins the loudest applause in the room. It is the one still thinking long after the room has gone completely silent, still asking questions nobody else remembered to ask.